Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-A'raf, وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. It says that, and eat and drink, but don't be extravagant, or don't be wasteful. Indeed, He does not like the extravagant, people who go to excess. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking about eating and drinking and saying, you have a lot of options to eat from, drink from, but you need to observe a certain type of behavior when it comes to your food and drink. And that is not going to excess. And one of the problems with excess is wastage of food. And one of the biggest culprits of wasting food in the world is here in the United States of America. In fact, the statistics on it are so shocking, so alarming, that they're really surprising. So I'll just mention a few things here. 80 million tons of food are wasted every single year in America. If you calculate how much that is, how many pounds in a ton? Anybody know? 2,000. If you do the math and you calculate, and then you say how much food does an average person consume on a meal? A pound or more, or less than a pound of food? Less than a pound of food. So they calculated and they said that we're looking at 149 billion meals are thrown in the trash and wasted every year in the United States of America. That's almost 20 times the world's population. That's how much is wasted. And they did an analysis of how much food is produced and how much food is wasted. And say 38% of all food in the United States ends up in the trash. I mean, if you just think about that, just imagine a plate. Every single time you eat, 38% of your plate ends up in the trash can. It's not exactly like that, but that's just kind of what it means. This is a lot of food being wasted. And at the same time, we have so many people around the world who don't have any food to eat. We're trying to get food to the people of Gaza, trying to get food to people in Africa. We're trying to get food to people in so many different places. And yet, there's such a lack of care or concern when it comes to wasting food. So we need to do better. As Muslims, we should be doing better, especially because in the month of Ramadan, we understand and we feel what deprivation feels like. We get used to that. We experience that throughout the day. So it should be something that we become more cautious of. We become more careful of. And it's not only food that gets wasted. There's a lot of wastage even when it comes to the amount of paper towels that are being used when we're making wudu or something like that. Even when it comes to the amount of water that's wasted. Oftentimes people will just leave the water running. You see it in the bathroom in the masjid even sometimes. Just leave the water running to start the wudu. To talk to their friend. Assalamu alaikum, how's it going? It's been a long time. And the water's on full blast. And it's just going. And say, yeah, really nice to see you. It's been such a long time. That's like half a gallon of water, a quarter gallon of water, a liter of water or something has just gone to complete waste. Now, we need to be more careful about this. The Prophet ﷺ has taught us that we shouldn't be wasting any of these things. So everything on earth is a blessing. It's there for us to use. It's not that we can't use it. We can use it. It's there for us to use, but it's not there for us to abuse. So we, in the month of Ramadan, while we're fasting, we should become more cognizant and aware of the amount that we waste and try to conserve to the extent that we can conserve. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put this in our practice and in our behavior. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum. Huh?